Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Pavan, an Olympian and beach volleyball world champion and a longtime professional indoor player.
And I'm Adam, former indoor player and coach, current beach volleyball coach, and most importantly, Sarah's husband.
Today we're watching season 4, episode 5 of Haikyu called Hunger. Last episode was very nice.
Just so much development, so many lessons learned, so many cool interactions and new experiences. It was great. And quite frankly, I'm always amazed at their ability to capture those moments accurately. And I know we talk about this, but those experiences just ring so true. He must have been in gyms just watching these things and watching kids interact because it's so accurate, it's scary.
And I believe that the author played as well.
I wonder at what level. I knew he played high school, but I didn't know if he went on. I didn't know if he would have had any of those experiences, like the junior national team and things like that. But yeah, it's so well done.
But I do believe he did interview a ton of people.
Yeah.
Hinata giving lessons to his opponents, trying to help people out, you know?
But ripping them at the same time.
By being very encouraging and nice. And we've got the typical quirky high performers
All in one place.
I feel like people don't know what to make of Kageyama because he is a little aloof, a little strange, but also very good. So I think people are kind of taking the temperature around him, trying to see what they're going to get.
And there's no fluff with him. I think you're normal. I think you're very good. I wasn't that impressed.
Ushijima played well. And yes, players stopped him.
Oh, man.
So, we'll see where it goes from here. Any predictions? Hunger?
I mean, everybody at that national team training camp is hungry. It'll be interesting to make the team, to prove they belong there. The same thing, you have the training camp. Hinata wants to win. Going to nationals. I mean, there's so many. That title's so vague, it could apply to so many things.
Which we love. All right, let's dive in. Season 4, episode 5 of Haikyu is coming right now.
もうお前にはついていかない。3年になったら出てくるのかなと思ってたら全然出てこないままで。
天才か。天才の定義がよくわからんけども、俺は天才ってのは完璧から最も遠い存在だと思うんだよね。だから面白い。読んでた。ラスト。
Wow, this is new.
返すとき百沢の方を狙えばいいのにな。国見より崩しやすいだろう。
でも百沢がその1本目を上げちゃったらラストは百沢の攻撃になるし、高く上げてやれれば大体打ってくれる。あいつ高いトス打つのうめえんだよな。
守備系苦手っぽいけど。
I was like, thanks
Everybody hates
so
him.
much for the pointers.
Stay.
百沢は打ち下ろしてくる。
It's such.
Very nice touch. Oh, that's a good partnership. Jump set.
いいじゃん。十分。
His favorite shot.
Oh, his teeth.
Sharp teeth.
月島ナイストス。
じゃあその顔は何？
珍しいお前のちゃんとしたトスを見てテンションが上がると同時に悔しさも感じます。
具体的かつ正直に
So detailed.
どう？
So
そこま
honest.
でナイスでもないし。
俺も全部できるようにならなきゃ。
はい、じゃあ白鳥沢学園の斉藤コーチが、体調不良のため急遽
Too many
合同
oysters.
練習試合を行います。
斉藤先生どうしたんすか？
牡蠣に当たったらしい。
で、再び
He's like,
白鳥沢
ugh.
3年生および OB の皆さんも練習試合の相手をしてくださいます。5日間の強化合宿も今日で終わりです。前回よりいい試合ができるよう頑張って。
うおー、白鳥沢全員こんなチャンスなかなかねえぞ。国見、お前も本当はそう思ってんだろ。うちに秘めてんだろ。頑張ろうな。
そういえばカラスノの10番前来た時もサポートやってたけどなんで出ないんだ？
ああ、それはですね、話せば長くなるんですが、まずあいつはこの強化合宿にそもそも
The main point being, he shouldn't even be here.
His eyes. Gotcha. But that is better
That's a
than
pretty
last
good
time.
score.
It's a good question.
お前は牛島さんにアドバイス求めなくていいの？次いつ来てくれるかわかんねえぞ。
俺はライバルに助言を求めるというのはなんというか。
Yeah, agreed.
Mm-hmm.
目で語るにも程があるだろう。
少なくとも行動を起こすという点で今お前はカラスノの10番に確実に一歩出るけど。
I appreciate that Hinata went and asked that question.
Absolutely. When you're in a gym with people who are better than you pick their brain, you learn as much as you can.
I think that goes for life though.
Absolutely.
If you don't know something, ask. Ask people who have had success.
Absolutely.
Ask people who have more experience. More often than not, they are nice and they want to share.
100%. I do want to go back. I thought about that line to Kageyama about being a goody two-shoes. Do you think he was trying to rattle him for practice? Like get in his head and make him overthink something?
I don't know.
Because they're in direct competition for the starting spot on that team.
I don't think they're actually trying out for a team. I think it's like a training camp. They're identifying athletes. Because it's in 2 years that they're going to the tournament.
Interesting. Okay, what's your thought? Anyway.
Hinata's unblinking stare at everybody.
Just a sponge, eyes as open as they can so you can get as much information as possible.
But you know when you're doing something and you can feel eyeballs on you?
Yeah.
Can you imagine turning and having somebody just stare at you unblinkingly? That happens to me a lot because of my height, and it is like so uncomfortable. Just like turning and somebody is like staring dead into your soul and
scrutinizing you.
But everybody there has the same reaction to it. They're all like, ugh.
But that's just an intensity for wanting to learn.
No, I know. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying.
It is unnerving though. But it's interesting how he got Goshiki to, he's going to ask now because he's been second to Hinata in something, and that's not going to sit well with him. Just moving the pieces around a little bit. I'm curious what Ushijima's answer is going to be.
You're right. Look at all this collaboration, all these questions, learning. Oh, he's mirroring him.
I can only imagine what Tendo is saying.
Hello, I can also hit.
影山レフトいいですね。星海のセッターも。
どこでもできるね。
やっぱポジションシャッフル面白いっすね。
I love how Kageyama's got a sad, angry face on.
調子がいい。周りのうまさに引っ張られる。ナイス。うめえな。
I don't think I miss it.
今俺のトスを疑ってね。ちょっと様子見しただけじゃん。星海さんのオールラウンドぶりもすごいよな。
今は何より発掘の時期。どこからどういう素質が見えるかわからないし、選手自身がどこで何に気づくかもわからない。遅かれ早かれ優秀な彼ら。
Oof, oof. It's true.
アツムや影山のセットアップで打ってたスパイカーがチームに戻ってからあれってやらないといいけどな。
Seriously. If I've said it once, I've said it a million times. A great setter can make an average team amazing, and a mediocre setter can make a great team pretty bad.
Nothing worse than hitting off a really good setter and then going to hit off a mediocre setter.
But then you've got hitters like they're kind of alluding to, who hit off a great setter and are like, I'm so good. I'm amazing. And then they go back to like a decent or average setter and they're not quite so good. And it's like, yeah, that person just made you look that good.
No, but generally when that happens, it's the setter's fault then. So the setter doesn't get credit for making them look good, but when they don't look good, definitely the setter's fault.
Yes, you're right. The chubby crows are so cute.
They remind me of Kirby from Kirby's Dream
I remember
Land
him.
on the Game Boy.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Oh. Here we go!
先生どうだった？
基本先方も OK なんですが、あとは日程が合うかどうかだけです。
そうか。春高まで1ヶ月切ってるし、メンバーが戻った状態で少しでも多く試合しときたい。できるだけ強い相手と。
ええ。明日には帰ってきますしね。彼らが。
どうやった？スパイカー。面白かったっす。ミヤさんのトスもすげえ打ちやすいっす。
せやろ？俺のセットで打てへんやつはただのポンコツや。トビオ君はセッターよりスパイカーの方が向いてるんちゃう？
なんでですか？
セッターやってる時は小難しい顔しとったから。
それはあんたのお利口さん発言のせいだと思う。
けどレフトやってんのは楽しそうやったで。
そうですか。でも俺はセッターです。
うん、まあせやろな。
ミヤさん。お利口さんってどういう意味ですか？
そのまんまの意味。真面目で素直でええ子やねって。
慣れない場所メンバーでの合宿お疲れ様でした。今回はユース指導の合宿ということで手探りが多かったかもしれませんが、ここでの練習とチームに戻ってからの練習を別物として考えないでもらいたい。互いにレベルアップしていけるのが理想です。これから頑張っていきましょう。以上。ありがとうございました。
トビオ君、また春高でな。
はい。
またね。
I want to beat you all.
影山、またな。春高頑張れよ。
おう。駅。
I knew it!
一緒に行くよ。しゃあ、明日から部活だ。打ちまくるぞ。ああ、やっと合宿終わったのに明日も部活って何言ってんだよ。春高まで1ヶ月ないんだぞ。は？休養を取るのだって練習のうち。
ツッキー、メアド交換しようぜ。あ、公式メアド。
There's always one like that.
メアド？
あとお前らだけなんだよ。じゃあ俺の出すから登録してくれ。おい。なんでもない。じゃあな。なんだよ。影山元気か？
おう、テスト期間以外は。
そっか。
なんで？
なんつうか、昔とはだいぶプレースタイル変わってたしよ。
お前は中学のこと気にしすぎ。お前は精一杯やったろ。
別にただの雑談だろ。
審査が怖えよ。
影山のトス誰も打たなかったってやつか。でも喧嘩するくらい普通だろ。
喧嘩？
譲れなくて喧嘩すんの普通だ。だから影山も大丈夫だ。別に影山なんかどうでもいいし、次の公式戦で潰してやる。なんだと？負けねえぞ。
おい、またな。
おっ！
What are you thinking? I think that line is actually really interesting, and I think something sports teaches you that you may take for granted is that conflict is normal. Like, those fights are normal. I remember just being on a team with people who all had the same goal, and you all want to get there, and everybody has different ideas of how to get there and what is right. And sometimes it gets heated, and sometimes you have it out, and that's okay. And you can keep going. This was a little different. They walked away from him as a team. That's maybe a tougher dynamic because they didn't have a chance to kind of come back together and resolve it. But I think it was a really interesting point of a skill you learn when you're in a dynamic like that.
Conflict isn't always bad. It can help move the needle, you know?
Yeah.
Progress.
Yeah. What else were you thinking?
No, I was thinking something similar. Like, so many people are conflict averse, but like I think when it's done in the right way, in a honest and open way, communication way, like, and it's very productive.
Yeah, and I think, you know, on the field or the court, sometimes it gets heated. Like, sometimes things are said that probably shouldn't be said. Sometimes things get physical, at least in guy sports, I think. The important thing is you come back together and sort it out afterwards, and you understand that your teammates are coming from the same point of like, we want to win and we got to figure it out. And I think that was a really interesting interaction because he's obviously holding on to that. And I thought Hinata was actually going to say, Kageyama and I fight all the time.
Yeah.
But it's an interesting point.
Is 確実に感化されていた。
Is that water or sake?
高さというものに対する圧倒的な上。意識していようといまいと。
お待たせしました。生牡蠣です。
ここはこれがうまいんすよね。承知お湯割り。
はーい。
I bet he'll be the first one there.
Kageyama will be there before him. They're gonna race.
Hey, I missed you.
この5日間何やってた？ボール拾い。
お前部室が体育館の鍵持ってるの？
持ってない。
Love you, missed you.
No.
間違いなく合宿メンバーの中でもトップクラスの選手だった。お前の100倍うまかった。
Here's some encouragement, but no.
最後の一言いります？いりますかな？
おー、やっぱり来てたか。つうか、大会早々早いんだよ、喧嘩が。何、そんな喧嘩のネタがあるんだよ。
Oh my boy.
Best friends are so fun. I love best friends. Okay, go.
No, it's such a good dynamic of, hey, you can be there, but you're not even close. So just so you know.
I just still take it upon myself to keep you grounded. But you can get there, but don't get too far ahead of yourself, okay? What did you think of You Can Fly Even Higher?
But it's the same thing. I think he truly loves Hinata. They have a unique friendship and relationship. They're always gonna poke fun at each other. They're always gonna compete. But that was the ultimate encouragement. Like, I'm gonna tell you you're not very good, because quite frankly, you're not very good yet. But this guy was amazing, but you could be better.
And he didn't even have all the players there. He didn't have to talk about the guy that was like Hinata.
No.
He could have picked Sakusa. He could have picked, Mia. He could have picked anybody. And instead he chose to tell Hinata about a guy that was like similar in build and stuff to him.
No. I mean, a nice positive, negative, positive sandwich. But he was definitely poking fun, but overall encouraging him and telling him that he can accomplish whatever he decides he wants to. That's That's all you can ask for.
These episodes keep rolling, baby.
Yeah. I liked 4 better than 5, and 5 was good too. And I'm excited to have the boys back together again.
What about Washijo?
Yeah, I don't think he's as bad as people make him out to be. I mean, you definitely, listen, we all have our own scar tissue from our own experiences. And it's interesting, he said, you know, those of us who are short always have that hunger. But that's true. I am not a short individual, but when it comes to volleyball, I am shorter. I remember thinking numerous times, like, man, if I was 3 inches taller, I would be A, B, or C. Like, there's always somebody who's bigger, stronger, faster. I mean, I don't know, maybe not in your case when you were growing up, but.
And then I have the opposite scar tissue of just
Yeah.
like, oh, well, if I was your height, blah, blah, blah. And it's
Yeah.
like, don't minimize the work I put in.
Yeah.
Don't minimize that. I've been physically gifted, sure, but I do like the intangibles. Yeah, so it works both ways,
Yeah.
for sure.
One, I was gonna say it's an interesting mindset because it can limit yourself. I can only accomplish this because I'm not as big as that guy. That doesn't do anybody any good. And look at Washijo didn't make it, but Hinata definitely could. They have a different mindset. And so it's an interesting observation, and I think everybody goes through it, but it's how you manage it and how you deal with it and how you look at it after that. But
Love Haikyu.
absolutely.
Let us know what you're thinking. I love the Kageyama part of this whole arc. I really do. But please be sure to hit us up in the comments below. Let us know your takes on some of the things that we just brought up. And as always, we'd be so excited if you would like this video, subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned because we've got Date Tech coming to town.
Yeah, baby.
Thanks, guys.